All right, super quick video for Chris and Greta. And here's the house. It's all, I've been through and whippersnippered in the last day and done this whole sort of section here. Gone through, the weather is spectacular. It's probably about 25, maybe 30 degrees during the day. It's really nice. You can see beautiful sunny skies. Some clouds around, but that's okay. We got a new tent thing for the table. The other one blew away last summer and got damaged, so we bought a new one of those. Umbrella, so that's good. We also bought the $60 swimming pool, €60. It's a bit lopsided, but €60, who cares? It's working perfectly. Had a swim in it this morning, so that's good. You can see I whippersnippered down this way here, and I've got to do that in the next 2 days. I'm whippersnippering all of that and clearing all of that section there. So everything in the house is good. The house is nice. It was, you know, as expected, it's a bit dusty and there's a few bugs around, but we've spent 2 days cleaning that up. The room up the back that I was worried about, bone dry, absolutely perfect. And in fact, we feel like maybe it's helped the whole house that there's not water coming in through that back, wall or through that back room. So the workshop where all my tools are was really bone dry in there. Didn't have the smell that it normally has. So that was good. So we're pretty happy. We'll give you an update in a few days. Alright, so there's a quick update for Chris and Greta. A few things that we've done. We're in the bathroom. We put in a new light fixture here. It looks pretty nice. It works well. Can't remember whether we showed you this last time. We put down this plastic like rim around the outside of the shower, so it just keeps the water in a little bit, so that works really well. I wasn't sure whether you'd seen this room the way it is at the moment. This is the room that Jill stayed in. We made it into a lounge room. We got a nice couch, television, you know, it's a little bit messy, but that's the lounge room that we sit in all the time now. That's sort of our comfort area. I just couldn't remember whether we'd shown you that last time or not. All right, so we started working on the kitchen and we put up a new light fitting in here as well, and cleaned up and cleared the bench and put up all the booze that all our friends keeps buying. And we've put that up there. And Avi's been working really hard on getting the whole kitchen ready. We've sanded walls and filled gaps, and sort of I started doing an undercoat here with what was left on the roller, the brush. So we started painting some of the kitchen as well. We're doing a little bit of that at the moment. Righto, so for this video I thought I'd start right at the fence. I've been through and trimmed all of this grass here. There's the lemon tree, if you can see that I planted, that was tiny when we first got here, and starting to grow, which I'm happy about. You can see I've moved all the trees down there and cleared all this area. There must have been a big storm because there were 2 or 3 trees that are down. So there was a tree here that had fallen. It was a really old olive tree that had fallen down. There was one up there that had fallen down that I had to cut because it was just laying over this area. And when we come down here, there was another one just here. This was a pretty big one actually, and it had fallen over. I haven't done anything to this except cut around it, but that was a pretty big one. That one's fallen over too during the winter. I'm not sure whether I showed you this last time. This is where I started doing a retaining wall here for this for this building, because I eventually wanted to do a deck up on top of there. So what I did is I filled up this with all the old stone and rocks and whatever, and then filled it all in with concrete. I did this last time, I haven't done any of that this time. And then the next one, I put up this piece of ply here just as a sort of a barrier, and I'm starting to throw all the old rocks and shit in the back of that. So that'll be a retaining wall. I'll fill it up with concrete when I'm done. We've had a couple of barbecues already. Barbecue's really good, it works brilliantly. So that's good. Got out the generator and started it. It says you're supposed to start it every 3 months. I haven't started in 2 years, but it did. It started, it went all right. Now we cut down some trees here for the view. So I'll just stand on the edge here so you can have a look. So down there, there was a big tree that was right up in the way, sort of in the middle of our view. So I started cutting all the way along here, and I've done the whole lower level, which I'm about to walk down and show you against the wall, just so that we still had our view of the town here. The aim of this trip actually has become to cut all of this blackberry and get that tree down. That lump in the middle of the screen there, that's some sort of tree, but it's just like a lump of weeds at the moment. So my aim is to knock that one down and just let it fall down the cliff, same as I've just cut all of these. Now since we've cleared this, every night there are little wild boar come up here. There's 4 baby wild boar and a mother. Now we haven't seen the mother, but we can hear the mother. She hides further down, but the 4 little boar come up here and play on this section just here, which is fun. It's good. Ads and I sit out here at night and watch them, but it's also a bit scary that they're so close to the house and that sort of stuff. But we don't want to tell the farmer, we don't want to let him know, because we don't want him killed. Well, you know, they're not hurting anyone and they're not hurting us. So we got a new umbrella for the table, which is good. The other one had blown away so many times that we decided to get a new one. I took the pool down, it was good. We used it for about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, and then it was starting to sag one way. Nothing wrong with it, it was just starting to sag, so I just took it down today. Planted some sunflowers. All over Italy at the moment there are sunflowers. I don't know why, normally that's a French thing, but at the moment in Italy there's sunflowers everywhere. I'll show you this bit quickly. So there's the building that we were knocking down last time. We think the roof has fallen in since we've been away. There's the rubble, which was pretty much there from last time, and I cleared this whole section down along and down below. So I'll stop the video now, then I'll show you when we're down there. All the rubbish from when you and Noel and everyone were here, I've halved it. It was right out to where we are right now, and I burnt a whole pile of it, and then I've moved all the stuff that I was kind of, not that I couldn't burn all of it, but that it was just difficult. I've moved it into here, so there's like a refrigerator and an oven, and I don't know what the hell that is, an old little fridge maybe, and There's other stuff in here that could burn, but I moved most of it into that pile. This glass pile is still here. Each day I sort of pick up 2 or 3 pieces and put them into a bucket to get rid of them, but the glass pile's a pain in my ass. This is the rubble from the building. This is the building from down below, right? So you can see all of that roof there seems to have fallen in when we weren't here. Right? This wall, as much as I'd love it to fall down, it just won't. It's pretty solid. It's just sitting there. And considering they've had a couple of big storms, I'm surprised the wall hasn't fallen, but it hasn't. So you can see I cut all the way along here. And then along this wall, I've cleared this wall. This was covered in blackberries again. Now it's got to be 3.5 years since I did it last time. So I cleared it all again down here. So now we're down a level from where we normally sit. And you can see the wall. This is the top half of the wall that I can't reach with the strimmer. So I've done half the wall here, and then we're going to actually, Ads and I were talking about either, I remember last time I burnt it off, but we think we're going to use, we've got a pair of long clippers that we can hang over the edge and just clipper all the extra shit off the top. The other thing is that because I've cleared the bottom half, a lot of that top stuff should die off because it hasn't got roots, but should, doesn't mean it will. This tree that's got some ivy on it, I've gone around and cut all of the ivy in half, so there's really no ivy touching the tree that's connected to the ground anywhere. So really it should, all the ivy should die off. Now that's what I did on this tree 3 years ago, and this tree's kind of started to come back to life. Like the olives are all growing up the top, and because I killed all the ivy off, the trees survived. So I'm hoping that killing all the ivy off this one will help this tree survive as well, which will be really good. So you can see along here, this is where I threw all the dead leaves and shit. And if you look down into the bushes, there are all these chingale tracks, right? There are all these tracks from the, and this is where it comes up every night. It comes up, the little ones, there's 4 little ones come up and play up here. And we've got video of that as well. This is a stump of a tree that I cut 4 years ago. This is just the area, and you can see coming back up this way. There's the wall, and you know that's what the video I've got to show you right now. I've got some more which I'm going to send later, but this is it for now. Hi Chris, I thought I'd do a quick video for you. You'd be interested in this one. That's the power wire that runs from the house. It was down, it's been down for a couple of years, right? So I've cleared all of the trees all the way along here, all the way along, and it goes right back to where the other power wire is up there. The other pylon is up there, pole. So you can see there, that goes up to the pole up there. So I cleared it all, used the chainsaw, cut all the way through, took all the weight off the line, and I've made it clear so that the next guy can come along and just hang the pole up onto the wire. So we contacted Daniel, our architect guy, and he says, you know, don't do any more, don't touch it. The power company have to come and put it up. But I know Italians, right? And I know that they'll say, we're not going to touch it because there's too much of your bush in the way, blah, 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 blah. So I've cleared all the bush out of the way, except for this little chunk just here, which I'm going to do tomorrow. So that when they come, and that olive tree there, I'm going to pull that olive tree down, unfortunately, at least those branches. So that when they come, they can just put it up instead of giving me excuses. So I just thought you'd be interested in that. That's what I've been doing for the last day and a half. Quick shot of the roof from down where I'm doing the power cord. You can see it's all intact. Looks like one of the tiles on the left might have moved a little bit, but I'm not sure from this angle. It might still be there, just tucked under. It just looks like there's a little gap, but it's dry in there. The roof looks good. It's all sealed. All the top tiles all the way along are still intact. The concrete's all still intact. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'll get you some video from the inside. Right, so I'm up next to the roof now. A couple of things I noticed. Right at the front here, one of the tiles has slid down a little bit. But in actual fact, that tile is actually only overlapping a loop that's already there for the PVC. So I'll get a ladder tomorrow and just slide it back up. So that looks like that could be just what's happened there. But the rest of it looks really good. The rest of it's concreted down, whereas they were just placed to hold down, to cover the gap between the PVC and the tiles on the edge. So yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'll show you the inside in a minute. So I thought this is interesting. This is all of this was cleared 1.5 years ago, right? So, and then probably a year and a half before that as well. So you can see how quickly the blackberry has grown back over this entire section here, and there's heaps of wood here. All the wood that I ripped off the roof, it's just grown straight over the top of it. So this is sort of one of the things on my list to do if I get time. We're getting to the stage where we've only got about 2 weeks left, and I've got little chores to do all over the house. This is one I'd like to do, is clear this again. But you feel a bit like you're banging your head against the wall when in 1 year or 1.5 years, this has all grown back again already. So anyway, I've got to keep doing it. Keep plugging away. Right, so here's the dry room. You can see, different from last time, which I'm really happy about, is the floor is bone dry. Like there's not a damp spot in it. Like, and this is above the workshop that normally would leak all the water down into the workshop. It is absolutely bone dry, right? So the roof in here still looks good. Looks like I did it yesterday. So the roof all looks good. The best thing is that sections like here were full of puddles and water, and it was dripping down through this metal thing under the barrel. Nothing. It's just dry, right? So again, this comes to the situation where I've got 2 weeks left. Do I spend time in this room making something of it, or do I just leave it and finish all the little jobs that I'm doing at the moment and then next time I come back, this can be another job to just clear the room out. And we don't even know what we're doing with the room. So, but I know you wanted to see this. You wanted to see it, and I'm wrapped. I was really worried that this plastic roof was going to come off or break or just not hold up where it needed to. And it's held up really well. Better than I expected. And I was worried also about how dirty it would be and the light. So if you actually stand back and have a look, the light's amazing. Like, even though that it's not clear, it's not a clear roof or anything, it's milky, but the colour in this room, the light in this room is just brilliant. It's really good. So anyway, so that's it. That was the video you asked for. That's the video you get. I'll send more of whatever I do next. Now, I'm not sure whether I showed you this, but this is next to the barbecue. So the barbecue's here. So just straight down, pretty much where you fell down. Right, I've cleared all of this land here. There was, see this tree with a lump on it? There were 2 of those. So I cut the second one down. It's there, and you can see it's all dying. Cut that down and dropped it, and it's a big drop down there, down that ledge. Cleared across there, and I'm in the process of clearing from the other side, which is where the table and chairs are there, across this section here. Now, I had cleared that once 4 years ago, and it's grown back, but I'm clearing this too. But it's really tough going because you're clearing it on a pretty steep angle on the hill, and you've got all these hidden rocks in underneath it. So the strimmer takes a battering if you hit one of the rocks. But I'm doing it slowly but surely. This is one of the jobs I have done before we leave. I'm going to have this green section up here gone, and part of that green section down there gone, so that there's a path from here all the way along the bottom and cleared. And then when I come back in a year and a half, I'll do it all again. Righto, so this is probably the last video for this summer. This has been summer 2021, and it's been a pretty tough year. It's been a year and a half of COVID, and we really needed this summer break, and we've loved it. A few highs and lows, which I'll talk about, but this summer we just needed to be here, and I'm a little bit melancholy because I don't want to leave, but we have to go in 2 or 3 days. So we'll start here. When we got here, the car was parked here. It's been parked there for a year and a half. It was covered, but the cover had ripped. We've had a few issues with the car over the summer. So you can see it now. It looks great. It looks fantastic. We had to pay registration. We had to pay insurance. We had a hole in the radiator, so we had to put a whole new radiator in. There was mold in the back passenger seat, which means I had to clean the entire car out, vacuum it, clean it, detox it, drive everywhere with the windows down. We thought we were done, and then we came up here and parked one day, and we got a flat right there, and we're lucky we had friends here who could drive us down, and we got the flat fixed in 2 days. So we were sort of stuck here for 2 days. I'll walk down through the house. This is sort of a record for me and a record for anyone who cares. But so as we walk down to the house, we cleared this path again, and I'll just stop here and show you here. Right next to the car here, there's an electric power pole, and the power cord is attached at the top there, but it's gone down through thick bush all the way down, and it's pulled down at the house or near the house. So this summer I spent a lot of time cutting the trees away and the blackberry bushes and that to clear the power lines, which I'll show you in just a moment. So that was something to remember for this year. As we walk along the path, we get to the rubbish pile. Now, I've halved the rubbish pile. Like, there was a big pile here, and when I say rubbish, I mean hard rubbish. Like, there's a refrigerator and an old oven and an old air conditioning unit and things like that. I've halved it. I've got rid of a lot of the stuff that was here, which has been really good. Hard work, but we got rid of a lot. You'll see a lot of trees cut down on the edges. Cleared all the way around there. Tree just here at the walkway had fallen over the year and a half that we hadn't been here. So just here, I'll show you, there's the second pole, and you can see the wire is on the ground right there. So I spent a fair bit of this summer clearing the trees all the way along, and then as you get up a bit further, you'll see I've cleared all of the path all the way along there, about 5 meters either side of the wire, and the guys are coming to put it up on the wire in the next couple of days to repair it. I also built some more of this little wall just here, and one of the big things I suppose is I knocked another the whole roof section off this side of it, and another big section off this wall just here, and the rubble came down there. Cleared this entire section along the bottom here, which hasn't been done for 2 or 3 years. Cleared 3 or 4 rows here up next to the house. So there was a lot of strimming, whippersnippering. We cleared all the way down along here, like I said, all this section here. Had a swimming pool this summer, which was here. You can kind of see the mark of it, which was good fun. You know, I do a lot of work in the garden, then we could go and have a swim. So we cleared all down here, which was great, and it actually looks really nice. And the cingale, the wild boar, have been coming at night and munching on these yellow berries, plums, whatever they are when they fall. They've been munching on them down there. There's been one mother which hides in the bush and 4 little ones, and the 4 little ones come out, and it's kind of funny. Like, Ads and I sit there, you can see we put our chairs sideways here. Ads and I would sit there and watch the cingale and put the spotlight on them at night, and they're pretty tame actually. We're surprised how tame they really were. But we were still, you know, cautious to keep away from them. So that's been sort of a good fun thing this summer. We had a tree there, kind of, which was just starting to get into the way. And then there were 2 of these big lump trees. You can see this one here, this first lump tree. There was another one just there, and they were really getting in the way of our view. So I cleared all of this land down here as well, and I cleared down there as well. And so by doing that, we've kept our amazing view of the town over here. And the weather's been really great. We had a barbecue 2 or 3 times, which was really nice. We had friends come and stay with us. Adavi's friend Jade came and stayed with us. Cleared all this area. Haven't got to that back section up there, but we can't do everything. Cleared all along here. This is another tree that had gone down over the time that we weren't here. Haven't done anything with that, but I did clear all the land along here just to make sure that, you know, it's sort of maintained till we come back again. Come down here to the fence, and of course there's the lemon tree at the end. It's grown a little bit. Looks pretty good. You can see all this stuff. I cleared all of this stuff as well. There's a lot of work, and you know, it's a bit thankless because a year and a half from now it all will have grown back again. I'll have to do it all again. But while we're here for the month that we've been here, it's been really lovely. It's been really nice. And especially after the COVID year, to be out doing exercise and doing activity outside has been really, really valuable to us. We've had a great time over the month. Like I said at the start, I'm a little bit sad to be leaving. Like, we really wish we could stay another month, another 2 months, forever. You know, it's been so wonderful here. And it's been a reward after the tough year, and really missing family. Like, I'm really missing family, and Ads is really missing her family. So we can't get to Australia. Australia's on complete lockdown. It's impossible for us. If this is the second best thing, then this is a great second best thing, is to come here and just really unwind and relax and lose weight and have fun and go to the beach. We went to Porto Venere. We went to Viareggio 2 or 3 times. We went to Lucca numerous times, 5, 10 times. We went to the workman's lunch a few days. What else? We're going to Siena tomorrow, so that's why I'm doing the video now. We're going to go and spend the day in Siena, which will be really lovely. We've had a great time. We've had a really great time, and we're sad to be leaving. But this is just sort of a little video diary to remember what this trip's been like. I'll add on all the other little videos I made along the way. I'll add them to the end of the video. And yeah, hope you've enjoyed. During this summer, we put up some lights in this room and in the bathroom upstairs. We also masked off, cleaned this wall, sanded it all down, hung some nice pictures that we bought in Germany 10 years ago, you know, painted all this section of the wall and just did little things, you know. So this was just a little thing. This took us a day and a half, but it makes a difference, you know. So each time we come, we sort of battle away at these little jobs, and the house is getting better and better. So this is just a nice little extra. Wait. I couldn't finish the video there. There had to be some resolution. First thing is, best chainsaw ever. Husqvarna 435. Had it for about 10 years. It's just a powerhouse. It works stronger now than it ever has. Brilliant. Right, so the resolution, the end of the video. I got all of this area cleared. This was covered in trees. You would have seen in one of the last videos. That section I cut down in the first few days I was here, and I've finally gone through and cleared all the way through to here where I wanted to, where I dropped the other tree. So I suppose the resolution for me is I finished the task. I know that it'll grow back over a few years, but for right now I've cleared the land all the way along, cleared the pipes. When you get over the other side of the wall, I've cleared all of the wall like I've shown you in the other videos, but the best thing is now it goes all the way through, so I can just continue walking all the way down there, all the way through, and then if I was here another month, that would have got attacked, but life has to go on. So, good resolution. I'm happy with the end of it. I'm happy that I got it done. It's 2 days before we fly out, but it's done. It's a big job done, you know, so that's it. So signing off from Tuscany. It's been overcast today, but that's beautiful. When you're in Abu Dhabi at mid-30s every day, to have a cold, windy day here is spectacular. So anyway, signing off. Beautiful Tuscany. See you again in 6 months or a year and a half.